Look, I'm not saying you should go out of your way to make a guy jealous. It's more like, oh, if that guy's being an asshole, you know, maybe you want to make him a little bit jealous. But like, don't use this to torture a guy if he's actually a nice dude, okay? Like, don't, like, use this power for good, not evil. But you guys have been asking for this video for quite some time now, so I decided I was going to give you some different ways that you can use to make a guy jealous. I am going to warn you, what I'm teaching you in this video is kind of messed up because you're making a guy jealous, and that's not cool. So if you don't think I should make more videos like this, give this video a thumbs down. And if you're someone who's like, no Tom, I clicked on this video because I want to know how to do this stuff. I don't care if it's evil. I think it's awesome and I'd rather know how to do it. That way if someone's doing it to me, I can protect myself. If that's you and you want me to make more videos like this, give this video a thumbs up. But I have a feeling, actually I have no idea. But yeah, I want to see like the thumbs up, thumbs down ratio. That way I know whether or not I'm a terrible person for making this video or if I'm actually helping you guys out. One thing I will say before we get into these techniques, make sure you stick around to the end of the video, because the way these techniques work, there are only certain times that you can actually try and make a guy jealous where it'll actually be effective. Other than that, it'll actually be more of a turnoff and it'll actually push him away. But if you know when to make a guy jealous, it'll make him chase you and actually like you even more. And I want to explain what the techniques are first, that way you understand what I'm talking about, and then at the end of the video, I'm going to show you when you can actually use these techniques so that they actually work. So make sure you stick around to the end of the video, but with that being said, let's dive right in. Now the first way to make a guy jealous, and there's two different ways you can use this same technique, but it's really simple. Just talk about other guys that you find attractive. There's two ways you can do this. One way is the right way, one way is the really messed up way that you should never do, but you'll probably do anyway because you're watching this video. But the first way, basically all you gotta do is, let's say you guys are watching a movie or you're talking about celebrities or whatever, just talk about certain celebrities who you find attractive. More specifically, male celebrities who you find attractive. If you're into guys and girls, you want to talk about girl celebrities you find attractive, that'll probably just turn them on. But if you talk about other guy celebrities who you find attractive, suddenly he's gonna want to be a little bit, he's gonna be comparing himself to that celebrity. Literally just bring up some actor who you think is like super hot and then just see his reaction, and you can kind of gauge how attracted he is to you just by his reaction to that. Now the second way that you can use this technique that'll make him extremely jealous is by talking about other guys who are actually around you, like physically close by. Because here's the thing, when you're talking about a celebrity, someone who's like very far away and who you're probably never going to meet in your entire life, no offense, in the back of his head, even though he is comparing himself to that celebrity, he's also thinking at the same time, joke's on you, you're probably never gonna meet them. However, when it's a dude in real life, someone who is walking distance away, like if you guys are going somewhere and you just point out, oh, that person walking by, that's a hot person. You know what he's gonna be thinking? He's gonna be thinking in his head, well, why don't you just go talk to them? Or he's gonna be thinking, I really hope that person doesn't come over and talk to her. Because guys are naturally, for the most part, incredibly competitive. Like me, whenever I go out to any kind of social gathering, I'm just trying to have a fun time, but at the same time, I know I'm gonna rock whatever room I go into because it's fun. It's not something that I'm consciously trying to do. I'm not trying to think like in my head, oh, how do I be the center of attention? Because then if you're like an attention seeker, that's probably like the most unattractive thing you can be. It's just about being your natural self. Being attractive isn't something you do, it's just something you are. But here's the thing, anytime a guy is the center of attention, every other guy in the room is also thinking at the same time, how do I be him? How do I beat him? So when you literally say there's a guy who's doing absolutely nothing but you're just physically attracted to him and you point him out to the guy you're with, he's automatically thinking in his head, how do I be that guy, or how do I beat that guy? It's mean, you probably shouldn't do it, but you probably will, so there you go. Now the next way that you can make a guy jealous really easily is simply by treating him the same way that you treat everyone else. And it sounds super sweet, you know, treat everyone equally. You know, that sounds like something you should always do. It only becomes a little more evil when you're flirting with him, laughing at all of his jokes, making him feel special, and then you do that same thing to everyone else that you see as well. And part of him knows he can't get mad because you are treating everyone else equal, but at the same time he's kind of like, yo, I thought I was special. What's going on here? You're taking away that special feeling that he has when he's around you, which again, that's pretty messed up. And you can do this in person, you can also do it on social media, and anytime he's watching your stories and he sees you hanging out with other people, he's gonna be like, yo, why didn't she invite me to hang out? What's going on here? And again, you're doing this in order to bring out his competitive side so that he wants to work a little bit more for your attention. Now, another really easy way to make a guy jealous, like you can literally do this today, is by telling stories about your life, but with other guys who you're friends with. And it doesn't have to always be about guys who you've dated or anything like that. It can be about guys who you're just friends with. They're just friends with you. There's no sexual tension at all between you and them. And it doesn't matter, because the thing is, when we're attracted to someone, the way we see them, our perception of them, is the same way that we think other people perceive that person that we like. So if we're attracted to someone, we assume everyone else is also attracted to that same person, which makes no sense. Think about it though, when we like someone, what do we focus on? We focus on the things that make them amazing. And those things that we're focusing on about them, they completely shape and completely change how we view that person as a whole. It's kind of like when you're dating someone, you see all the great things, and then when you break up, like, you're suddenly focused on all the negative things about them, and you're like, I don't know how I ever dated them. It's literally because of where your mind is focused. So you could be just friends with a guy, tell the guy you like a story about that friend of yours, and in the back of his head, he's gonna be thinking the whole time, he's not even gonna hear the story, he's just gonna hear that there was a guy with you, especially alone, like if it's just you and one other guy, he's just gonna be thinking about how that guy is trying to hook up with you. And even though it's not true at all, it doesn't matter if it's true, because he's gonna believe it either way. The guy you're telling the story to, he's gonna be thinking, oh, that guy's trying to get with her. Is she telling the whole story? Is she leaving something out? In fact, if you want to use this to be able to look for a sign whether or not he does like you, see if he asks any follow-up questions that kind of revolve around those topics. And honestly, if you are attractive, if you have like the attraction checklist and you do those things, odds are he probably is attracted to you. But it doesn't matter if he is or if he isn't, okay? All that matters is that the guy you like thinks he likes you, and that's really all you gotta do. Now, the next way to make a guy jealous, this one's just really easy, really simple. Just text other guys while you're hanging out with him. Maybe you send one of your guy friends a Snapchat every once in a while. If you want, you can even include him in the snap to your other guy friend. So you're simultaneously making two guys jealous of each other at the same time. Because the guy you're with, he's thinking, who is she Snapchatting? Why is she Snapchatting him? And the guy who's getting the snap is thinking, who is that guy she's hanging out with? Why is she with him and not me? That is like the perfect definition of killing two birds with one stone. And the funny part is they're both getting jealous. Meanwhile, you probably don't like either of them. You just want to watch the world burn. I get it. Again, I'm not saying you should do it. I'm just saying if you do it, it's gonna work really well. Now look, at the beginning of this video, I told you there are certain times where you can use these techniques and they will work very well, and there are other times where you shouldn't use them because they will completely backfire on you. So I'm gonna break this down as simply as I can. There are two time periods where you can use these techniques and they will work phenomenally, and then there is one time in particular where you cannot use them because it will completely backfire. Now the first time that it's good to make him a little bit jealous is when he's first starting to get just a little bit attracted to you. Because in the beginning, when he's first starting to get turned on by you, he's starting to like you a little bit, there's always this little gray area, this little period where he's thinking, do I like her? Do I not like her? I'm not really sure. I don't know how I feel yet. And in reality, he does like you. He just hasn't come to fully accept that yet. And this is the perfect time to use any of these techniques because he's not sure, and then as soon as you do any of these things to him, instantly he's going to get jealous, and once he gets jealous, he convinces himself that he likes you. In his mind, he goes from thinking, maybe I like her, I'm not really sure, to suddenly realizing there's competition, I might lose her, I gotta fight to keep her. And that's the beauty of it, because as soon as he realizes that he might lose you, that's when he gets even more attracted to you. The problem though is that if he's not attracted to you in the first place, none of these techniques are gonna work. That's step number one. You guys already know I have something called the attraction checklist. Literally, it's a checklist. You can save it in your phone, go on a date with a guy you like, just go down the checklist and do the things that it says, and by the end of the date, he'll be attracted to you. Now the second time that it's okay to use any of these jealousy techniques, it's actually the complete opposite of the first way. And it's when he starts to lose interest in you. And it makes sense because think about it. In the beginning, he's thinking, I don't know, do I like her? Do I not like her? I'm not really sure. You use one of these techniques, boom, instantly now he knows I'm attracted to her. And it works exactly the same when he starts to lose interest, because if he's losing interest, he's thinking, I don't know, do I like her? Do I not like her anymore? I'm not really sure. You use one of these techniques, boom, again, he realizes, oh, I'm jealous, there's competition, I might lose her, I want her back. You make him jealous, and then he realizes, yes, I still like her, because if I didn't like her, I wouldn't be getting jealous right now. And it's because you were able to push his emotions back over the edge. And it's the emotions that you made him feel because you just did a couple really simple things. See, the problem is a lot of people will do things to make their ex jealous. They'll do it after they break up with them, and the only reason they're trying to make their ex jealous in the first place is because they still care. Instead of waiting until the relationship's over, you should be doing it before it's over to make him them jealous so the relationship doesn't end in the first place. Like, you obviously still like them. Why are you doing it after it's too late? That just, or you try and make him jealous, he realizes he likes you, and then you get back together after you broke up. That's just a toxic relationship at that point. Some people would disagree with me on that, but I have like this very strict philosophy of like, if we break up, we're not gonna get back together, because if you'll do it once, you'll do it twice. And how many of you guys know a couple who constantly breaks up and then gets back together? I feel like everyone knows one couple like that. If you do know a couple like that, leave your thoughts on that couple and what you think of them in the comments section down below. But the main point of this video is that you can use any of these jealousy techniques right when he's not sure if he likes you yet, or when he's not sure if he likes you anymore. And either way, it's gonna bring him back into that center where he is attracted to you. And honestly, in my opinion, if you're gonna use it at any other time, like if a guy just genuinely likes you and he wants to spend time with you, and you're gonna try and make him jealous, I just think that's really disgusting, and you shouldn't do that. And if you're gonna use it on someone who doesn't like you at all yet, then he's just gonna be even more turned off in the first place. So you gotta know that sweet spot about when to actually use these techniques. So you gotta know signs a guy likes you, signs a guy doesn't like you. And honestly, the best thing that I can give you to complement this video is the attraction checklist. So if you want a complete list of things you can do to always make someone you like attracted to you, just by doing simple little things in your life, and also if you use that link specifically, there's gonna be a secret bonus inside your private members area. So I'm just stacking the value. So yeah, feel free to get that checklist if you are interested in it. And also, I don't want you to feel pressured like you have to get that checklist. It's not something you need, it's just something that makes you the most attractive version of yourself. But everyone who's gotten it seems very happy with it, so people are already supporting me, and I want to say thank you to all of you who are. And so if you're someone who's like not sure if you want to get it, it's probably not for you, and so I just want to say don't worry about it, it's completely fine. But if you are interested in becoming the most attractive version of yourself, if you have watched all the way to the end of this video, obviously you've proven to yourself that you are already someone who is committed to doing that. So yeah, click that special link in the description down below. But guys, if this is your first time ever watching one of my videos and you don't hate my face, feel free to subscribe, because we make videos like this every single week. And guys, that's really all I've got to say on it, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace.